If you look at this position, what is the first thought that comes to mind? You have the white pieces, and what do you first think about in this position? Well, the first thing I see is that my king is in check with this rook that came all the way from e8 to deliver check on e1. Now I got many candidate moves. I can take the rook, I can block with my other rook, or I can even block with my bishop, but then this rook hangs and I'll just lose even more material. The second thing that I notice is that I'm down a piece, I'm down a knight, 3 points in material, just clean gone. I don't have any compensation for it. So I really don't want to trade pieces. Or if I put it in proper English terms, I don't want to trade pieces. I'm down material. But unfortunately, I have to. So what I did was I played rook takes e1, bishop takes e1. And the thing is, I'm still down 3 points of material. But I noticed that this king on h8 is quite weak because I have the bishop pair, which play a very important role on long diagonals, especially when the board is open. So it after a few minutes of thought, I came to the conclusion that since this bishop is controlling the light squares, the king is on a dark square, and there's no other available squares for the king to move. What if I can get my bishop to e5 and on this long diagonal? And then I thought, okay, why can't I play bishop e5? Oh, because of knight e5. Just because of the basic knight takes e5, and it's completely losing for me. Therefore, I thought, okay, if I get rid of the defender of the square, then my piece can land on the square. So sacrifice the rook. Just like that. Sacrifice the rook. It's as simple as that. I want to say it in a cool way, but I just can't. It's like 10 o'clock in the evening, so I can't even scream here. So you just sacrifice the rook, and now this e5 square is available for the bishop. Because if b takes e6, there's bishop e5, checkmate. So what can black actually do in this position? Well, if black just moves bishop to b4, just trying to do something, then bishop e5 is checkmate once again. So the only reasonable thing for black to do is try to prevent my bishop to coming to like e5, or do something to reduce the pain in the position. And that move is king g7, just delaying the inevitable, which is defeat. After king g7, the winning move is still bishop e5, attacking the king. And now my bishops are just on the long diagonal, and now the black king is forced to f8. Bit of a slow reaction from me, but then you play king c7, king rook c7, rook c7, and now the king is cut off and is stuck on the 8th rank and is completely winning. We have the bishop pair, an absolute monster. Not to mention, if you look at black's material, well, the material is equal on the board, but the rook on a8 and the bishop on c7 have not moved. In my opinion, you're actually down a rook due to the inactivity in the position. So from here on, it should be a win, but you still need to be kind of precise in this position. So yeah, it was a brilliant rook sacrifice, which yeah displayed some. I'm talking nonsense now, but it was a good rook sacrifice.